Pop culture has been responsible for portraying Cleopatra as an ambitious woman who captivated two of the most powerful men of her time. The narrative surrounding her history revolves around her desire to seduce both men to destroy them and eventually end the Republic of Rome. The myth of Cleopatra is one more example of how history makes strong and independent women out to be villains. But what is the truth behind her story? Unfortunately, there are not many real historical documents about Cleopatra. The few that are around were clearly written by men, mostly Romans, who always saw her as a villain. What is known, however, is that she was a brilliant woman who was educated by the best academics of Alexandria, culturally the most important city in her time. Cleopatra is considered the last ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, which was not actually Egyptians, but Macedonian Greek. Cleopatra ruled a stable and prosperous Egypt for almost 22 years. Since her birth, she was educated in politics and trained to lead an army. In addition, she was a polyglot who, unlike her predecessors, was the first pharaoh to speak Coptic, the language of ancient Egypt. This made her a popular ruler among the people who saw in her, for the first time, a ruler genuinely interested in the people. Her popularity made her own brother and co-ruler, Ptolemy XIII, decide to exile her, setting off a civil war. Let's move on to the myth of Cleopatra and where she was born. At that time, the Roman Republic was going through a conflict of power. Julius Caesar and Pompey were at war in the east. In an attempt to flee from Caesar, Pompey decided to go into exile in Egypt, the worst decision he could make. Upon arrival, Ptolemy's men seized him and beheaded him. His head was sent as a gift to Caesar, who was in Alexandria. Cleopatra is said to have appeared before Julius Caesar wrapped as a gift, which is unlikely. What is known and confirmed is that she managed to negotiate with him to regain his throne. Julius Caesar was automatically drawn to Cleopatra, although historians have recently noted that it was not because of her physical attractiveness, but because of her brilliant intellect. When Caesar extended his visit to Egypt, rumors in Rome were not long in coming. Cleopatra was blamed for causing the great Caesar to lose perspective of his power. In reality, Cleopatra was not Caesar's only reason to stay in Egypt. He was fascinated by the culture, which he considered superior in many respects. Upon his return, Caesar built public libraries, improved the infrastructure of Rome, and even implemented the Egyptian calendar in the Republic. When Caesar was assassinated, Cleopatra was in Rome. After his death, she stayed to negotiate that her son, Caesarion, would be named heir to Julius Caesar. She didn't succeed, and one of Julius Caesar's nephews, Octavius, was named his successor. Cleopatra returned to Egypt to take over her nation. Cassius, one of Julius Caesar's assassins, sought military support against the new triumvirate formed by Octavius, Mark Antony, and Lepidus. She refused and even sent troops to support the triumvirate, which sought revenge for the death of Julius Caesar. With their victory, Rome was divided between Octavius and Mark Antony. Before long, Mark Antony and Cleopatra became very close. However, more than a romantic tragedy related by Shakespeare and millions of interpretations, the relationship between the two was more of a political strategy than anything else. Mark Antony, on the one hand, placed Roman troops in strategic points to maintain the growth and stability of Egypt. Cleopatra, on the other, endowed it resources to continue its expansion to the east. Rome didn't see things that way, and Octavius began a propaganda campaign in which he exposed Cleopatra as a true femme fatale, an image that prevails to date. The story of Cleopatra turned into tragedy when she organized a ceremony known as Donations of Alexandria with Mark Antony. Mark Antony, disguised as the god of Dionysus and she as the goddess Iris, appeared in public to present their vision of a Rome and Egypt united in power and strength. Mark Antony named her Queen of Kings, alluding to Egyptian culture and recognizing Caesarion as Caesar's legitimate heir. And they also named their future sons rulers of all the territories they conquered together. This was seen as a great offense in Rome, and Octavius decided to declare war on Cleopatra on the charges of providing military aid to a private citizen. Octavius's troops managed to defeat Mark Antony, and so he decided to take his own life before being defeated by his rival. Cleopatra embalmed his body according to Egyptian tradition and buried it. She was arrested and sent in front of Octavius, who spared her life. However, when Cleopatra learned that Octavius planned to take her and her children to Rome, Cleopatra decided to take her own life instead. Cleopatra's death that we actually know about is the one found in the texts of Livy, who claim that she was found dead along with 2 of her servants. The morbid part, promoted in history, appeared a century later in the books of Dion Cassius, who added that Cleopatra took her own life by allowing herself to be bitten by a viper. This version has been questioned over the years. Although there is no way of verifying it, it's more likely an artistic liberty taken to attract more readers. Elements like her death or of her alleged beauty with which she is usually portrayed have only but reduced Cleopatra to the role of a femme fatale. In real life, Cleopatra was a cultured, academic woman, an impressive political strategist, and a pharaoh who ruled over a prosperous Egypt.